The bustle for this dress is a French bustle, which means you're going to be lifting the train to find the bustle connecting points, but then when you're done, you'll let go of the train and it's going to fold over and kind of cascade down. For the purposes of the video, I'm going to take this hanger loop, this is for dry cleaning only, it's not anything for the bustle, and I'm going to put it over the hook so I can show you how it looks. But in reality, you're going to have the bride kind of hold it up here, or have the bridesmaids hold it so you guys can access the bottom. But for the video, I'm just going to put it up here. And like I said, that's just dry cleaning, it has nothing to do with the bustle. It does, however, tell us where the middle of the dress is. So if you follow that hanger loop down here, you're going to see a ribbon that has a blue bead on it. There's something blue. That's the bustle you're going to start with. You're going to locate this one, and then you're going to go higher up on that center seam. It's way up here. And you're going to find another ribbon that's got a blue bead on it, and those two go together. You're going to tie them together in a nice secure bow. Don't think about dainty, think about running shoe. Like tie that in puppies. Get that nice and snug. Instead of taking the two strings and pulling them together like, make sure I got the right one here. Instead of grabbing the two strings and then kind of yanking them to get them together, hang on, I lost my blue. You are going to grab the fabric where it's sewn here and grab the fabric where it's sewn here and pull them together on at least the first few in the middle, because that's real hard. It's a really long train and those are kind of hard to get together. So if you have one person pinch that together and the other person tie it in a nice secure bow, then you can get started on the bustle. Once that middle one is done, sorry, I gotta anchor, I'm being three people right now. Once that middle bustle is done, it separates it into two sides. So one bridesmaid can do one side and the other one can do the next one. So you're going to go to follow along and you'll see that the next two, it looks like they're both pink. You take those, tie them together. It gets easier the closer you get to the side of the dress because you've already done that real heavy center one. This one is two golds. If you see something that has no ribbon or anything on it, it's a swing tack, so just ignore it. If there's no beads on it, you don't need to worry about it. Now as you get to the side, you're going to notice something really wonky. Here we have, by the time you get to it actually, it will be like this and it'll just be a floating random bead and a double ribbon. Now if we were to put this train down, this part of the train is like kind of close to the side, so we don't want a long bead to be showing, a ribbon with a bead on it to be showing, so there's a little bit different functionality for the two side bustles. You're going to take this, pull it through till you see that little loop right there. Take the matching beads, they're all yellow. Take one ribbon, it does not matter which one. Feed it through, it does not matter which direction. Draw them together and voila, you've got two strings that can get tied together. Don't be alarmed by the gap between them, I've already accounted for those. Same thing on this one, and like I said, you may want to have to pull that out so you can get access to that ribbon loop. Just because that sometimes it functions as a swing tack when the train is down and she's going down the aisle. And so it may be something where you need to just kind of like draw that back out so you can utilize it. Now set aside 15 or 20 minutes to bustle the dress. It may not take you that long. Some people set aside 20 or 30. I do this all the time, so I'm very fast at it, but you're not going to be timed. I won't come after you and ask you what your time was. But if you have two people working on it, and once you've gotten down comfortably to the ground in your formal wear and your heels, this is really not a very long process once you're down here. There is one more step after this, which is why I'm doing the whole entire thing. There's usually one. Yeah, sometimes I don't always have this. The drawstring bustle is not, there's not always two of them on the dress on each side, or sometimes there's one on this and two on that side. It just basically depends on where the dress falls. With a long full train like this, we do whatever looks best, so they're not going to necessarily be equidistant or make sense if you did the math on the back. Now that we've done that, we'll see that this folds in on itself. Be careful, there's some prongy stuff up here, so make sure you just draw this on quickly or carefully so that you don't get that caught up on anything. So once you've done this, she's got her bustle, which is gorgeous, by the way. We love it. If for some reason this is caught up in something like this, you can reach your hand in and fluff that down, or you can reach in through that little tube that this just made when you bustled it and kind of push the part down. There's one more part, and if you forget it, you're going to figure it out pretty soon. When the train is, the dress is on her, this bustle part right here is really nice and kind of like keeps a good fit through it, but once she starts walking, this center part is going to want to go in like this and you sort of lose part of the fullness of the train. So underneath this, on the very edge, here's her hanger loop we just used, you'll see a snap. You're going to take this snap and snap it to its partner, and all that really does is keep, I got a little string in the way, hang on. All that really does is it keeps this middle part out, so you see the design element of the center without going in there, and it kind of keeps that fullness in the back. And you're ready to go.